Hi everyone, happy Saturday. Carrie Severson here with this beautiful live. Thank you very much, Sam, for having us come in here. Hey, Catherine. So this is Writing Your Book with Ease, or Write Your Book with Ease, I should say. Hey, Sam. Thanks for having us. My name's Carrie Severson. I am a story strategist and book publisher. I've been in the publishing business for about 20 years. And my experience started in journalism, writing for the masses right out of the gate as a young woman. So over the last 20 years, I've gone from writing essays to public speaking to even, public relations and marketing and being the story. And now I work with women all over the world who have a passion and know their purpose is to deliver messages to their audience. Can you guys hear me okay? For some reason, I just got a little, hey, Tracy. Yeah. Oh, did you see that little thing here? Okay. Anyway, so I help women all over the world get their stories out some way or another, whether that be through online publications, through videos, through workshops. Okay, sorry about that. It says my connection is bad. I wanted to share a little bit about book publishing in general, and then talk to you about how to write your book with ease. So first of all, let's talk about book publishing in general, just the publishing industry in general. So there's traditional, which is where you're going to create something and you're going to try to get an agent, and then you're going to, try to convince that agent to go out and find you a publisher, and you're offered a book deal, and your book is distributed through that particular publisher to bookstores around the country, libraries, e-print. The traditional book experience is the book tours, what you see on the Today Show and things like that, when authors actually get that experience. That's traditional. Self-publishing is on the other end of the spectrum, where it is us as authors going out, creating our book, taking it to Amazon or Create Space, and putting it out into the world ourselves. Hi guys. Hi everyone. Thanks for joining. Self-publishing is very viable. It's what online entrepreneurs started years ago, which really disrupted the publishing industry in general. A lot of people do it, and it is incredibly hard to get your book out of that sort of self-publishing space and into bookstores around the country, because you are responsible for it. So that means that you have to hire, a team of marketers and go out and do that. There is a middle ground, which is the hybrid. It's the independent book publishing, and that's been around for about 30 years. And it's the blend of both. It's the best of the traditional and best of self. All of my book publishing experience has been in this category, the indie publishing, and so I can speak best to that. The reason it's the best, in my opinion, is because it allows the author to own the rights to their material and keep the rights to their material, which is more of that self space, and it allows the independent publishing house to act as your distribution channel, so it is out working to get you in bookstores around the country. So indie, if you can get with an indie publisher, definitely, I highly recommend that. So I just wanted to put that out there, because a lot of times people ask me, even before they write their book, they want to know where it's going. And that's actually an incredibly smart thing to do. However, the content is up and beyond the most important part of any of this stuff. So writing your book with ease, let's talk about it. So the first 3 or 4 books I wrote, the first 4 books I wrote from a very masculine energy. I did it out of demand. I did it quick. And it was a hard experience. It felt, I didn't feel connected to it. It was almost like I did it out of an obligation because there was a demand for it. The book still sold well. We got them in bookstores around the country, and actually created a train the trainer experience, and sold my book, my series of books actually, to schools around the country, and was able to create an additional source of revenue for myself because of that. So writing your book from the masculine is totally, totally fine. It totally works. This last book I wrote, though, when I changed how I approached this, which is what I wanted to talk about today, when I changed how I approached it, the result obviously was different. So I want to talk to you today about how to create your book with ease from the feminine. So let's play. Before you begin the actual content, before you put a book outline together, before you put a chapter outline together, before you create an energetic container, create an energetic connection. Create the relationship. Your book is your best friend. She needs you. You need her. She's been sitting on your head. She's been in your heart. She's probably in your belly. And she needs you to let her out. So you are her vessel. Treat her like that, you know? So come into this experience looking to create a beautiful, organic, very feminine, deep relationship with her. So questions to ask even before you begin. What is the story that you feel here, here, and here that is most ready to come out into the world? If you want to drop some comments in there, I would love to hear your thoughts on the story or the theme that you're ready to share. Let me provide you some fun, feedback on that. I knew for a long time that the book I started to write in 2015 wasn't the book I was going to release. It took me 3 Control-A deletes of like 50,000 words until I finally found my footing there. And so my latest book is really on the unapologetic voice and finding your way to success and self-love through your voice. It took me about 4 years to find that landing, and it felt, when I finally did, it was like, oh, this is why nothing I've written in this, memoir, self-help sort of space fit before. And I finally found that by looking at my theme and starting to put some personality traits to her, and that helped me create the actual connection. So things like giving your book a first name. Instead of calling it by the title, give her a name. Becky, Clara. I have a lot of fairy energy, which is why this poster of like Sherwood Forest is behind me. So I always like, played with really fun, feminine, names. What color is your book energy? Mine is always orange. It was always pumpkin, deep. Another question I had to create this connection with her was, what did she like to do for fun? She liked to take walks along lakes. And so if ever I felt like I needed to have a deep conversation with her, or I felt like I was not connecting with her, I get my booty to a body of water and I hang out and I invoke her. Hey, let's have a conversation. I'm not feeling you. What's going on? She has to be your best friend. And it's such a different way to birth a book. But I promise you, it's such an easier way to do it. Because so many times we sit down and we think, I've got to write a book so that I have something to sell. I've got to get this message out because so-and-so needs it. Well, when you're creating anything from that place of pressure, everyone here knows that it's not going to work. It's not going to land. It won't make an imprint or an impact. So create this aspect of your work like you do everything else. Before you create the container, before you even sit down at the computer, create a relationship with it. And again, you are her vessel and she wants to be brought to life through you, which means you've got to take care of yourself. So things like, making a commitment to her about ways that you are going to fuel yourself so that you're consistently aligned with the message that she wants to put through you. So I have learned how to anchor in my business a little bit bigger through my hips and my lower chakras so that I'm able to do this kind of work by helping others pull their book out, allow their book to unfold. I'm always, connected to my congruency and my energy. And when I don't feel aligned with it, I know I have to take care of me first before I can do any writing. So creating your book with ease, providing yourself with an opportunity to create an energetic connection to your book will definitely help you pull it forward. When you feel like you've got a really solid relationship with her, your next step is to sit down with her and let her give you an outline. So there's 2 outlines that you're going to do. And this doesn't have to be, it's not hard. It doesn't have to be forceful. It's very fluid. You know what I mean? It's very fun. I love this stuff. Okay, so a book outline is your next step. The book outline is a brain dump. Let her give you everything from here that is supposed to come out onto paper. No pressure, just let it flow. It's going to be your theme, it's going to be a title, and it's going to be lessons learned about your theme. And again, it is a brain dump. Everything that could possibly go into this masterpiece is going to come out onto this outline. Your book outline could easily be a couple of weeks worth of brain dumps. And whenever you feel like you're forcing it, take a step back. It's done. Done for that period of time. Go play. Go take care of yourself. Your book outline is going to be your anchor for when you want to go off on a tangent, for when you have shiny object syndrome, for when you want to quit, for when you're like, this is dumb, I don't remember why I started doing this. All those things that happen, your book outline is going to be your, oh yeah, I remember her, I remember this. And it'll also be your opportunity to recognize work that isn't meant for the public and then work that is. So not everything that we have is supposed to go in your book. Some of this stuff is journal work. Some of this stuff is, for you and your family. Some of this stuff is healing work that is supposed to be a letter to a loved one, not meant for public consumption. And I think a lot of us get stuck on that idea that everything that we've experienced to bring us to where we are is supposed to be in this document. That's not necessarily the case. So most of us in this group are writing spiritual books, are writing self-help books, right? Those pieces are, by industry standards, anywhere between 40,000 and 50,000 words. Don't freak out. That's not hard. Maybe 10 chapters. Again, don't freak out. It's not hard. Once you have your book outline done, you're going to move into a chapter outline. The chapter outline is when your actual book starts to come to life. It's when you and your best friend here, your feminine book here, kind of move into your next phase of your relationship, And all of this stuff in the book outline that you know for sure is meant for you personally, or meant for your mom or your best friend or whoever it is that came out in that outline, all of that stuff gets put aside, and your chapter outline is the actual flesh. It is your stepping stone to putting together your chapters. So again, creating your book with ease is a step-by-step process, and when you're doing it from the feminine, it is so much easier. Create an energetic connection to the book. Have fun, recognize, make a daily commitment to tap into that energy. Making sure that you have a solid, good couple of weeks to just give yourself a brain dump and a book outline to get all that stuff out of your heart. And then your chapter outline is where you're going to actually put some flesh on it. I love this stuff. I love this work. I've decided, thank you so much, Linda. I've decided this year I actually created an independent book publishing house. My calling for the last 5 years has been to help women around the world share their message and get their story out. And last year I felt I was being guided to something bigger. And so I created the Unapologetic Voice House. I am publishing nonfiction books, manuscripts in the category of spirituality, business, self-help, health, for women who are ready to see their book in print and e-print in bookstores and libraries across the country. If you do have a manuscript, you're sitting on a nonfiction book that you've already written, I would love to talk to you. We can go into a connection call and talk about the Unapologetic Voice House and what that does and the distribution channel that I've secured. What I am offering right now, though, is a book writing mastermind where I've created a space for 6 months to help women who are ready and interested on putting their nonfiction book out into the world. I'm holding space for a group of women to step in and actually create it. So we are going through the energetic connection. We're going through the book outline. We're going through the chapter outlines, and we're actually going to write your book in 6 months. So if you are one of those women who have a spiritual book, have a self-help book, have a business or health book in the nonfiction category, you are looking at about 40 to 50,000 words by industry standards. And if that's something you're interested in doing, I would love to have a conversation with you, because the mastermind starts in May. It's $555 a month, and you're more than welcome to step in. The energetic container that I created it with is high vibe frequency. I filled it with love, the love frequency, the oneness and light frequency, and the self-expression frequency. So this year is all about self-expression, and I'd be more than happy to support you on that path. I love this work, and this is what I was born to do, and so my magic is being able to help you share your magic. So if writing a book is on your heart for 2019, please check the link in the description and get a hold of me. We start May 1st.